Talk with Tyson Bryden. Welcome to Nonstop Rock Talk. This is your host, Tyson Bryden, coming to you from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Today we welcome Whitesnake and Trans-Siberian Orchestra guitarist Joel Hoekstra to discuss the upcoming release of his latest, I guess you'd call it a solo album, Joel Hoekstra's 13 Running Games. Joel, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm calling it my solo project or my rock project, side project, right?
Yeah.
I have a few solo albums out under just my name, and those were very instrumental guitar albums. And then these, 2015, I put out Dying to Live under this name, Joel Hoekstra's 13. And the reason is that these albums, they sound like a band when you listen to them, but the difference is I write everything. So I'm writing the lyrics and the vocal melodies and everything. So to take those guys and call it a band isn't really fair to them. So the project name seemed to be the smartest thing. And so included my name because it's kind of a solo thing, but 13 just gives it like a little but it's a project. It's like its own thing. It's not under a solo album category. I don't think it sounds like a solo album when you listen to it, right? It sounds like
it doesn't. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it enough. I heard it and I pre-ordered it on Amazon. I was like, I really liked it, so I'm excited to get it.
Wow, thank you so much, man. I'm glad. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's very good. So, yeah, I've had a few listens to it, and it's really good. It's got a very cool vibe. And when did you initially start working on this album?
I think it was 2017 that I put together the riffs, and then oddly enough, it took a while just because of everybody's schedule, including my own, and also just like finding a business deal that was going to make sense for it. But from there, it went to Vinny Appice and Tony Franklin, and that's pretty much where it sat when I think after that, I just finished writing the lyrics and recorded myself singing a guide vocal for Russell. So I recorded myself basically singing the whole album, really kind of just not as good as Russell, obviously. So he can kind of reference what it is I'm hearing.
Right.
And so that was pretty much what was done heading into COVID. I think Russell had sang on a few of the songs, maybe 3 of them or something like that. So he needed to get about 10 vocals done. I did my real guitars, which I had what's called scratch guitars down at that point. Guitars for everybody else to play to record.
Yep.
But I did my real guitars. Siberian did his keyboards in like 2 days. The guy's a total robot. It was amazing.
He's awesome.
And Jeff Scott Soto did all the backgrounds. And Jeff is another just insane. You know, it's like, all right, I'll have it to you at 7 o'clock tonight. Okay, boom, 7 o'clock. Ding, your email. He's just awesome, man. Such a pro. The most overqualified background vocalist in the history of rock. That's what I'm calling him while I'm doing this promo cycle.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh man, he's unbelievable. I mean, you mentioned those names. I mean, Tony Franklin, Derek Sherinian, Vinny Appice, and Russell Allen. How did you get all these guys together to do the album with you?
It's the same lineup as 2015, really. So it was nice to have that consistency. Everybody had done one for me. So obviously they didn't hate the experience and they all signed on to do another one. Not signed on, we're not that formal. I just ask them, you want to play on it? Yeah, cool. Okay, good. Here, so anyway, thankfully they all agreed again. They're all great guys and great players, all people that I admire. So nice to have them all back.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it seems like Tony Franklin's like really busy. He's got this coming out, and he just did a Unruly Child album, and which just came out, I think, like last month on Frontier. So he seems like he's keeping really busy.
Yeah, Tony's he's a go-getter, always working it, and he's in demand because he's such a great guy and such a great bass player, and just a terrific dude, man. Wish him well. I mean, he's a friend of mine, above and beyond all this stuff. Just we did the VHF project together, and that's really Tony's really where this whole thing started, because we finished up VHF, and then I said, hey, I want to make an album that's sounds like a band, but it's like I get to do everything, I get to write everything, and I was like, would you be in? Yeah, sounds great. And then I asked him if he'd want to play with on drums, and he recommended Vinny. So that was I actually had never met Vinny at that point, so we put it together from there. Tony Franklin is who got this thing rolling for me, really.
Wow, that's cool. Now I ask you how you attack recording guitars for this type of project, because I would assume working on the last Whitesnake album with Rev Beats that it would be a lot different. That you're meshing two guitar players together, and then on this it's strictly you. And I must say, like, the tone is incredible, and it's just a wall of guitar, which sounds I listen to it and I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's different in that. I mean, when we do the Whitesnake stuff, we're always at David's at the studio, and we work together, and we use real amps. And under this particular circumstance, I mean, I was cutting guitars in my New York City apartment, so
wow,
the real amp thing was kind of out the door. I mean, I printed a modeling unit that I have here at home. But I also just ran a DI, and I think really that's pretty much what the mix engineer ended up using, and just used, oh gosh, am I really going to forget, Neural DSP amps. I think like 4 different settings. What I did is I quadrupled all the rhythms. So all the basic riffs, I took like the main riff of each song, what I wrote, and I just made 4 of them really tight. So it's 2 on each side. So it's really thick sounding. It's definitely a big... maybe too much at times. I don't know, but
I don't think so. I love that type of guitar. So I like that layered sound. So
yeah, me too. I like that as long as it's really tight.
Yeah,
I like that sound. So anyway, that's what I rolled with on this, and Chris Collier, the mix engineer, really pulled up the different sounds, and I would just comment if it was whatever, this or that, and but he did a great job.
That's cool. So I mean, you mentioned, production, the writing, you pretty much did a good portion of it. For you, is that an easy process? Was there anything stressful about it, or did you just kind of approach it with a calm demeanor?
Yeah, not stressful at all. Yeah, very easy and natural. I mean, I think this stuff is just writing stuff that is straight ahead and rocks, and it's all for the listener. I'm not trying to I don't know, write some incredibly complex prog album or anything like that. This is like, just rock and roll, man. It's kind of what we grew up on, melodic hard rock. So for me, it's just fun. There was no stress in making it, outside of just people's schedules.
Oh yeah, I guess that is stressful.
that could be like, oh man, if people don't realize, like, okay, the album's ready to be mixed, and if Chris came to me and said, well, I'm booked for the next 6 weeks, it's like, that sets the project back another month and a half. So I mean, that didn't happen in this particular case. But there are times where people's schedules can set you back. So anyway, outside of that, zero stress.
That's cool. I mean, I guess with COVID, it makes it a little bit easier with people's schedules, right? Because everybody's home.
Definitely, dude. It made it a lot easier. Yeah. It definitely put it on the fast track.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I don't know if it's the vocal or some of the approach. There's a bit of a Euro type of vibe to some of the stuff. I mean, I have to ask, what did you kind of grow up listening to in terms of hard rock and metal and whatever?
Yeah. As a kid, AC/DC, Black Sabbath, Ozzy, Iron Maiden, Scorpions. I feel like getting older, I always forget to mention Queensryche for some reason. Queensryche was big with me. Let's see, Rush, very big throughout the years. And then I liked older classic rock too. I definitely liked Zeppelin and Hendrix and Pink Floyd. I loved Yes too, but I like the Trevor Rabin era Yes stuff a lot. Let's see. Gosh, all the guitar stuff was really big, all the main guys. Like I had Yngwie's Rising Force and Marching Out and all that stuff. And let's see, Satriani, Surfing with the Alien was a big one for me, and Not of This Earth. And Vi's Passion and Warfare was a big, wore that out. Steve Morse, The Introduction, High Tension Wires, those are albums that I wore out. I always say, I forget to mention Journey is like more of a mellower thing, but I love Journey's greatest hits.
Yeah.
Neil Sean, just all the melodies and all the bending, the tastiness. So hybrid of all that stuff, man. You know, just take all those bands and mash them together. Triumph was a big one for me. Boston.
That's cool.
Those bands were a little bit mellower, but they were like, you know, the melodicness and and the talent level of those bands, right?
Yeah.
In Boston, like how good is that stuff, man? That's like
amazing.
some seriously well played music.
And he tracks everything to death too. He loves that huge, that huge guitar.
Yeah.
And I mean, you mentioned Triumph and Rick Emmett. I mean, Rick Emmett's kind of, up here in Canada, I think he gets a little bit more recognition, but people don't talk about him as much as they probably should.
No, he's totally left out of that whole discussion of like the 80s guitar heroes all the time. But like you think about the way he really worked classical guitar into the records. People always talk about Randy doing that. And it's like Rick was actually, doing that before.
Yeah.
And bringing that in and doing it legit, like writing his own songs with it. Some of the Randy stuff are quotes from pieces. A lot of people don't realize that Diary of a Madman, that those chords are all from a Leo Brouwer etude. And when you take classical guitar lessons, you learn the piece, you're like, oh, that's Diary of a Madman, Like, wow, okay, so Randy learned that piece. And
I didn't even know that. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing when you figure that stuff out. I was like, oh, okay, cool, right on. So Randy Rhoads had this same guitar lesson at some point.
That's cool. And I mean, with Rick Emmett too, I mean, he sang and he played like that, which was
crazy, man.
Which is
so much talent. See, I had musician parents, man. So I gravitated towards the people that could play, the bands that really could play.
Yeah.
So for me, that was a big thing, I guess, when I was younger. Just finding who the best players were more than anything, and digging in on those bands. I was not so much into I didn't get the whole have a look back then or anything like that. I had no look. I had the worst look of anybody in my local scene. It was like short hair and just nobody thought I looked cool at all. So I was very short. I started high school. I was 5'4". I was not at all what I turned into, being a tall person with long hair at all. So,
wow. Oh, that's amazing. Now let's tackle a few of the tracks. I'm gonna lose it. It kind of caught my attention because it's funny because you kind of think of COVID when you read that title because everybody's you're stuck at home. But possibly give me your take on that song lyrically.
Just somebody driving you nuts, man.
That was it, eh? That's cool.
There you go. Very deep.
Very deep.
I mean, I like people to find their own meanings in these songs too, man. It's like I don't necessarily like to get down and be like, here it is, and and honestly, they're not those kind of lyrics anyway. But in general, I like to go with these, I guess, thoughts on my life, but then leave it open for people to find their own meaning. And, open to interpretation.
Okay, that's cool. And then Heart Attack. I kind of hear that kind of had a Whitesnake type of groove. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah, that was definitely at some point. I think that main riff I came up with at the Whitesnake studio at some point. So we were in some kind of mode of writing. I can't remember if that was pre-Flesh and Blood, because David and I were doing some unzipped stuff. A lot of stuff up there I'll write on an acoustic guitar, because that's what David has around in the... he has a desk in that house, and that he kind of hangs out and writes at, and there's a couple acoustics up there, so a lot of times I'll be noodling on one of those and riffing. But yeah, just kind of a bluesy riff. I would agree with that. I think that's, if there was anything that has any kind of Whitesnake-y riffs in it, that would be one of them.
Yeah, and is that the desk he does where he goes, and I remember watching the opening of the unzipped thing, and I have all those box sets, so I was really intrigued by those, right? That's the same desk, I take it?
I think so, yeah. I haven't watched those unboxings, but I believe so. It's so that we have a studio called Hook City that is basically in a home, and it has bedrooms for the band and all that stuff, so you go and hang out and get that, I guess, just kind of communal process happening, man, where you all hang and record together and work together. So it's a blast. It's really fun being there. And David usually hangs out, stays there too when we're there. So it's a good time.
That's cool. Now, I mean, So none of this stuff was, you were kind of keeping it for this and not using it for Whitesnake, I take it?
Yeah, we had plenty of ideas for Flesh and Blood with David. David had a whole bunch of things that he wanted to develop, and that was pretty much the bulk of the album. Was that there was like a couple things that ended up being like the whole riffs. I think for me that "Good to See You Again" was something that I wrote the riffs for.
Great song.
And then Reb had like "Shut Up and Kiss Me" and "Sands of Time." But outside of that, most of the songs were stuff that David had, and he would ask Reb and I like to try and build it out.
That's cool. Yeah, and I mean, it's so fun talking about yourself and Reb and all this. You talk about that Whitesnake album, and then Reb did that Black Swan album last year that was phenomenal. I really, really dug that album, and then this material I really love too. So you guys are just full of ideas.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, Reb's a creative guy. He's always working on riffs and jamming, and so I think he's recording with Kip too. I think right now.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah. So, Reb's a very creative guy. He loves to work on new stuff all the time, and I sort of do it on demand.
Really?
Like, all right, now I need to write for this. Okay, it's time to do it. I'm real
focused.
I'm real schedule oriented. Yeah. Like, okay, all right, so I'm writing for this in these 2 weeks. Okay, let's do it. And then that's like I live and breathe it for 2 weeks, and then that's that.
And you never have an issue with not coming up with anything. Just kind of comes out. That's great.
Yeah. I mean, I think I could, on any given night, put together, write a song.
Oh, man, that's awesome. When I saw the title, Fantasy, I was thinking Aldo Nova when I first saw it. But soon came to find it was the total opposite.
I like that. I like that track though. That's a cool track. It sounds nothing like it at all. But yeah, no. That's you're the first person to mention that. I hadn't even thought of that. But that's a cool track. I like that.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean that you're the song "Fantasy" on the album. I mean, I love that vocal melody because it follows the music line. It's I believe in the chorus. Tell me, is there more you can say about that track? Anything else or?
No, I mean that for me is just kind of like just like a little fun commentary on, I guess people following you online and thinking that you got this perfect life or whatever. It's like, oh man, if you only knew. It's sort of like if you only knew what people close to me look at me like, you'd be like, okay, give me a break. So. I mean, nobody's perfect. That stuff is all fantasy, all the social media stuff and the way people look at people. And, bottom line is nobody's perfect. There, is all that. So,
and that's so true.
That's basically the gist of that one.
Yeah. And I mean, and then going to Lonely Days, very melodic, hard rock vibe, killer hook again. The riff is heavy, chugging during the verse. There's a part during the chorus, and I couldn't make it out. Is that a keyboard, or is it? It sounded to me like almost like a "It's Not Love" like finger pick, but it could be a keyboard. I wasn't exactly sure.
So in the chorus, I mean, Derek is doing a little like arpeggiated sound, I believe, over the top of it, a little hook.
Could be it.
But then there's a part where it just goes to quarter notes, where it's, I always call that the 38 special thing. It's like the bridge, Hold On Loosely or Caught Up in You, that kind of staccato, bap, 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 bap.
That's it. That's exactly what I heard.
That's just the guitar hitting staccato. That's all.
Oh, that's cool. That is very cool. So Reach the Sky has a very laid back approach on the verse. The bridge kind of builds up. And I love the offbeat drums. There's like an offbeat drum section over the chorus. What can you say about
that one? Let's see. That one just kind of going with, there's talkbox on it, which I haven't used talkbox on the side. I think the solo is a harmony talkbox solo, which I was
that's cool.
Okay. So that's something different than the rest of the stuff. And it has, the verses are mainly that and kind of a delay, kind of David Gilmour-y kind of guitar. And I believe it was 12-string acoustic. So some of the instrumentation is a little bit different on that one compared to the others. But that's the basic messages like you would expect. It's just about just being positive, I guess, staying true to your methods and going as far as you can with it all. That's all.
Oh, that's cool. So are there plans to, well, I guess right now live plans are, will you do any live shows if things open up in the next year?
It's funny. I've had that question in every single interview I've been doing.
Really? Oh,
It's very
sorry.
funny. No, it's funny that everybody, like, no matter what, even in the middle of a pandemic, are like, so you're gonna tour it? It's like, dude, I don't know.
Yeah,
Do we even know when live shows are gonna continue?
I know.
We don't in the U.S. So, I mean, if and when they do, yeah, I mean, love to. It's just a matter of seeing what the lay of the land is when that happens. So it's like literally impossible to say right now.
Yeah, and I guess, I mean, it depends on everybody else's schedules too. If you take that same band with you on the road as well, I would assume.
Sure, and everybody's going to want to be out on the road when there is live music again. Everybody's going to go out at the same time.
It's going to be awesome.
You're gonna have turf wars going on for stages, man. Bands are going to be fighting over the ability to play again.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. So, I mean, I guess in terms of Whitesnake touring, it's kind of the same thing up in arms. Like, David has kind of come out and said that this may be the last tour.
Yeah, I mean, there's been talk of him wanting to have a farewell tour, and I don't know much beyond that. I think he said that in a couple of interviews, but we don't really talk about it. He texts us every day on the band thread, and we're all in touch, but we don't really talk about it because as soon as David knows something and has a plan, we're all going to hear about it. So,
Yeah.
there's nothing doing right now, man. We're all just kind of there to support David with whatever his vision is for the band, and he's a great dude. Love working for him. Love working with him. So whatever he's got in mind works for me.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Whitesnake at M3, the last M3, which was what, 2019?
Yeah, I think so.
The album, 29, yeah, I think it was. It was awesome because the album had just come out, more or less, I believe. I think it had just come out. So it was great to see the band do all the new stuff and hear that stuff live. It was great.
Yeah, that stuff went over remarkably well live for being new songs. Those songs really translated well to the stage. I think that having those gang choruses on "Hey You" and
Yeah,
and on "Trouble's Your Middle Name" and "Shut Up and Kiss Me," we were surprised how well those songs were received live, considering they were new and those are normally bathroom breaks for people.
yeah. No, I think I was more excited about those new songs than I was because I've heard those other songs so many times. Not that they're not still great, but to hear something new and fresh, and I think the fact that I enjoyed the album so much, to hear that stuff live was amazing.
Yeah. Well, as a band, you always have fun playing new stuff. It's always a little exciting to be like, okay, we've never played this live before. Let's see how it goes, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's always exciting for the band, but we totally get that people want to hear
They want to hear the hits.
Yeah, they want to hear the hits. So no problems, no misunderstandings there.
Now, I mean, would David have a hard time like deciding like, okay, you want to do this new material? What do we take out from the old catalog? That's got to be a tough thing too.
Yeah, I think that's every band. Just trying to find that delicate balance between supporting your new material and proving that you're still current and moving forward with music and supporting the new album and versus just playing the hits, right? You got to find that balance.
Yeah, and I guess, I mean, the good thing with Whitesnake is the fact that Whitesnake was a big band, so your length of a show is longer than, say, a band that has a new album out that has old material. So they're crammed into a lot less time, right?
Yeah, true. That Whitesnake catalog, though, there's always something left out that people are upset about.
No doubt.
It's a really good catalog, man. I mean, when we did the Greatest Hits tour, I was like, this is just awesome. It's my favorite set list of all time. It was so cool to play. Just so many songs that I knew and loved, and it was really just awesome.
Yeah, and see, I mean, initially going back to, I mean, the late 80s, the 87 album, of course, but then once I became a Whitesnake fan, I went back and got the older stuff, like Come and Get It and Saints and Sinners. And I think now I've kind of gravitated more towards that material and love that stuff. I think
that stuff is great, man. And back then it was like, just the songs were so cool, just so solid. Like there was never a bad song on those records, It's like every song is good. Great stuff.
And I'm sure it goes over well live too, and people just, kind of gravitate towards it.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely steer more towards the Geffen stuff in the band these days. The Slide It In, 87 album, and Slip of the Thank you. Oh my gosh, Slip of the Tongue, yeah.
No, that's cool. Well, Joel, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me tonight.
And, my pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for taking the time out as well.
And I'm really looking forward to this album. I can't wait for it to come in the mail. So
right on. Thank you. I appreciate it.
But enjoy the rest of your night, and hopefully we'll get to talk again.
You too. Yeah, likewise. Cheers.
Okay. Cheers, Joel.
All right. Stay safe up there.
You too, man. Take care. Bye.